Hi and welcome to another video update from the Fire Brigade Union here at the Union's head office. Firefighters in Essex have recently been taking part in a further period of strike action, and we're joined by Brigade Official Ricardo Latore. Ricardo, can you talk us through the issues involved, and indeed we believe there's been a further update since the last strike?
Yeah, absolutely. You would have seen that unfortunately we were forced into taking further strike action over this weekend just gone, and that's largely to do with the fact that the situation hasn't got any better. In fact, it's got worse. Since we last spoke to you, we've had even more of our people forced out of full-time employment, so more professional emergency control operators no longer able to work full-time in an attempt to try and balance a family and work life. That's despite the fact that we've put compromise proposals on the table that save them every penny that they need to make. However, further to that, as of yesterday, the service have released its IRMP, so its risk management plan, so the plan for the future, and there's some real frightening stuff in it. It directs us towards less firefighters, less fire engines, less fire stations, and really concerningly is the fact that they are proposing to reduce response times. The times that we will get to your fire and rescue you, they are going to make longer. We're already missing our current response targets, and their answer to that is to lower them even further.
Now, Ricardo mentioned the role of control in this dispute, and we're joined by Emma Poley, who's the FBU rep for the Essex Control. Emma, I understand a large part of this dispute is changes to the shift system in control and how that's affected staff. Can you talk us through those changes?
Yeah, okay. The shifts used to be a 9-hour and 15-hour shift, and now they've changed it to a 12-hour shift. We've had numerous people that have had to leave the job they really love because they can't physically do the 12-hour shift. We've had people that have to get their children up at 5 in the morning to take them to childcare before that to get to work. We've had a lot of people request flexible working, people requesting to do job share. I myself have had to go job share, take a pay cut. You know, I've got a partner in the service myself, so to balance life without 3 children, I've had to take that cut to a job I really love, and I don't want to be doing the job share. I'd rather be doing the full-time job I love.
Ricardo, I mean that's a really devastating story to hear about these changes. Surely the unions raised this with management, and if you have, what's the answer you've had?
Absolutely, we raised it on numerous occasions, and the answer we're getting, unfortunately, is take it or leave it. Then that is the shift, and that they're not going to listen to the compromises at this stage. So we're in a position now where people who've dedicated their life to serving the communities of Essex are now having to choose between having a family or continuing their career in the control room. You know, it's just not acceptable.
And Ricardo, as this dispute goes on, what's the feeling of the Essex members, both in the control and among the wider fire station community?
It's as we said before, nobody wants to be here, but you know, the strength and the unity that the Essex members have demonstrated throughout this dispute has been fantastic. And I've done a tour of the picket lines on Saturday night, and since they hear that more of their colleagues are being forced out of work, since they've seen the document and they know what's coming their way as well, they're stronger than ever, and you know, they're ready with a heavy heart, albeit, you know, they're ready to stand up and defend the fire service against these unnecessary and dangerous cuts.
Ricardo, Emma, thanks very much. We're now joined by the union's General Secretary, Matt Rack. Matt, we've just heard some incredible stories regarding the Essex dispute. I mean, for you, what's the importance of this dispute?
Well, I think this dispute is the first, under the new government. So we've been through a really tough 5 years under the coalition. We've now got the Tory majority government, and it's absolutely clear they are going to attack public services endlessly for 5 years if they get away with it. And for us, that means there's going to be more cuts, there's going to be more attacks on pay, there's more attacks on conditions of service, and a lot of that is going to come at local level. And if they think that firefighters are a pushover, then they're going to proceed with that. So I think the importance of what is happening in Essex is a message to fire service employers and to government that we're not going to just roll over and accept these attacks. And I think it's inspiring that they're doing it, and they deserve the support of our members all across the country.
Well, incredibly, we heard from Ricardo that in the middle of this dispute, Essex management have now released a plan which may mean hundreds of firefighter job losses. I mean, where do you see this dispute going?
Well, I think one thing that's remarkable is how determined Essex members have been. You know, I mean, I've visited picket lines, and you've heard from our control rep there that there's fantastic unity, particularly among our control members. I think there's inspiring stories there about people who the management clearly thought they could push around and who were standing up for themselves. So I think the message, we've used it in other disputes in the pensions campaign, that we're not going away, and that's clearly what I'm picking up from Essex members, and I think Essex members themselves, they're not going away, they're not giving up, and I think that's a message to the fire service management and the politicians in Essex to start actually negotiating properly, because that's what they're not doing currently. So I think the message is our members need to stick together, but members around the country need to follow what's happening here and send their support through to our members in Essex.
Matt, thanks. Please send your support and solidarity to members in Essex. Details are available on our website, which is www.fbu.org.uk. And please also follow us on Twitter, which is @FBU National. But once again, thank you.